It is my great pleasure now to introduce our guest speaker for today. Claudia has a very exciting career at Christie's, the art house. She previously was a private banker for Credit Suisse. So she's kind of changed careers, and there are always lots of questions we ask to people like that. She has a degree in history of art at Oxford University, and I'm sure she will better explain why she made the choices she made, and we will open up to questions at the end from participants. So please do think of questions, and of course the audience also. So if I can please invite Claudia to come to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As you say, my name is Claudia and I work at Christie's. Does anyone know what Christie's is here? No? Okay, so let's start there. Christie's is an auction house. Do we know what an auction house is?
Yeah.
So an auction house, you have to imagine a room like this where we invite people every few months to sell a number of objects. It can be, jewelry, it can be silver, it can be carpets, it can be paintings, and it can go from very low value, let's say something a few £100, to very high value. For example, last year we sold one painting by Leonardo da Vinci that sold for $450 million. Can you just imagine one little painting going like that? And the way it works is you invite people into the room and everyone is bidding and giving their price. So the auctioneer will go, okay, we start with this object at 10, and someone goes, I will pay 20, I will pay 30, until finally you achieve a price. So my work is in the post-art and contemporary art teams, which means basically art after the Second World War. So people like Andy Warhol, I don't know if you've heard of him, or Jackson Pollock, until artists like today. But I didn't work in the art all the time. I studied history of art, but when I studied, I didn't know exactly what you could do with this. Like, I didn't know if you had to be an artist or you had to be a teacher. So it was very difficult for me to decide what to do after university. And I got a job in banking at Credit Suisse. And working at Credit Suisse was really great. I learned so much because I spoke with a lot of clients. I had very difficult conversations. I hear from Sadaf that you really enjoyed the finance model, so it was a very exciting industry with a lot of things happening. But after a few years of working there, I realized that my heart was just not in it and that my passion really was in art. So I started questioning, okay, so now I'm doing this, and if I want to do something with art, what can that be? So then I started networking, which is exactly what you've done earlier in this week. And I started talking to a lot of people and I asked a lot of questions. What do you do? And I learned that you can work in a museum, but you can also work in a gallery selling art, or you can work teaching art. And slowly, one conversation and one coffee after another took me to an auction house. And I thought, that's a perfect middle point. It's very exciting, it moves a lot, and I work with clients, but also I spend my day looking at beautiful paintings and at paintings that excite me. So then that's how I applied into Christie's, and I got there, and I've been there ever since. So if I have a few takeaways from this experience is, first of all, always listen to yourself and think what you really like. What excites you? If it's Lego, or if it's construction, or if it's leading a team, always think if it's sport. Always go and nurture that, because that will take you throughout your career in different things. The second thing is there's no wrong choices. Like, some people might say, oh, but you went into banking and now you do something completely different. But what I learned at Credit Suisse is a lot of things that I can apply today. So, there's not one way to achieve what you want. There's many different ways. So every experience here does something that, you will add up to, and, in the end takes you to where you want. And 3, you can always change your mind in the end. Nothing that you do is set in stone. And that's the nice thing about life, that we can basically change and, make our career as we want. And so that's basically it.